Hey, I'm Izzy, and good gravy, returning to Riverton High felt surreal. When I first got back, walking down the halls again brought back a flood of memories, especially of Chris, my first love. After a month or two flirting during the school year, we finally got together. We shared such an awesome summer, but it ended abruptly when he had to move away. Now that we're halfway through the new school year, everything is different. For example, I'm dating Sam now. He's got a lot of passion and drive. He's pretty much busy being involved in every school activity. Holy frosted cupcakes. He's awesome. In the morning after winter break is a crazy time, as hallways are always bustling with so much energy and excitement, and I, of course, just wanted to keep a low profile, blend into the crowd, and avoid any awkward encounters. But fate just had to change those plans. As I was pulling out books from my locker, I heard a familiar, lighthearted laugh. It was the kind of laugh that could light up a room. Holy moly, it sounded way too familiar. No way! Could it be? My heart skipped a beat when I looked around the corner of the busy hallway and saw him. Cheese and crackers! Chris? Well, things just got complicated. Chris was there with a group of friends, looking effortlessly charming. As our eyes met, the busy hallway seemed to fade into the background. The memories of our intimate summer together came flooding back. Laughter, holding hands, and whispered secrets under the stars. Chris's expression shifted from surprise to a soft smile, like he was thinking the same thing I was. Before I could fully process or even react to his appearance, Sam appeared from behind me, put his arm around my waist, and gave me a kiss.
There's my woman. How are you today?
Oh, hey, bae. I'm good. I noticed Chris's smile falter before composing himself, but his eyes still lingered on mine, full of curiosity and something sadly unspoken. I could feel a tight knot forming in my stomach, and I knew this was going to be the beginning of a complicated school year, one that would test my heart in ways I hadn't anticipated, nor was I truthfully prepared for. I love Sam and the life we were building together, but the unexpected encounter with Chris showed my connection with him was real and hadn't been a fantasy born of immaturity. Undeniable. I mean, geez, please don't let this be the beginning of a love triangle. As the days passed, I tried to focus on my relationship with Sam. He was kind, driven, dedicated, and shared my same goals and dreams for the future. But every time I saw Chris, a part of me couldn't help but wonder about the what-ifs and the unresolved feelings that seemed to float around us. Chris ran the student lounge, which became the hub of Riverton High's social scene, and I often found myself drawn there, both by chance and a tiny bit intentionally. He was always surrounded by people, of course, but I could tell he was putting on a brave face. Our interactions were a bit sterile and polite, like a lingering question was hanging in the air that neither one of us had answered yet. I now know exactly what they mean by the elephant in the room. One afternoon, I stopped by the lounge after school. Chris was the only one there, sorting through a pile of old yearbooks. I might have come out of frustration. I knew we couldn't avoid the inevitable relationship conversation, so I offered for him to sit with me and chat. As we dodged around the subject of us, wielding politeness as though it were a weapon, so, it's going to be a hot date today.
Yeah, the weatherman really knows his stuff.
Bet. The summer was just the right temperature, though. We started to fall back into easy conversation.
And then the substitute teacher called me out saying it was the right answer, but the wrong subject.
No way! You were in the wrong classroom again?
Yeah, but not quite like that time when we were in Mr. Davidson's class and I hid under the desk. Remember? I couldn't leave until you got him to look away so I could escape.
That was hysterical! Way too much fun! Then, just as the dreaded silence tried to creep in again, I decided to put both of us out of our misery and just blurted out. Okay, look, Chris, I know how great our summer was.
I've missed this, Izzy. Talking with you, spending time with you, I never really got over what we had together.
Dang! Color me confused. Part of me wanted to hear him say that, but the other part was tangled in guilt and confusion. Had my heart moved on? I love Sam, but my history with Chris was undeniable. And before I could respond to Chris,
what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Sam. We were just talking about
talking or gazing at each other again.
Aw, snap. Of course, Sam was really upset with how much I was talking to Chris. Truthfully, I had been dividing my attention, whether intentionally or not. Sam tried to leave the lounge without saying anything. I jumped up and hurried after him. The easiest way to halt his angry fit was with a kiss. So I threw my arms around his neck and planted one on him. Hopefully he'd see nothing was amiss. Chris now is a close friend from the summer, and I just wanted to catch up with that's all. Sam's suspicion planted seeds of doubt, and I realized I had to make a drastic choice going forward. Unfortunately, Chris and I found ourselves glued together again after being paired for a class project. It forced us to spend more time together, alone. Despite my efforts to focus on being with Sam, my chemistry with Chris was always poking at me from every direction. One evening, we were working late in the school library when Chris leaned into me.
I still care about you, Izzy. I just needed you to know.
Oh man! His words echoed in my mind, complicating my erratic emotions further. I know I had to confront my feelings, but it wasn't easy. I loved Sam for who he was and the stability he offered, but Chris was my first love. Our breakup wasn't even that far in the rearview mirror. This made projects, events, bus rides, and lounging so much harder during school hours. And the tension reached a boiling point at the spring dance. The gym was filled with music and laughter, but zoinks, I still hadn't made a clear decision. I guess I assumed everything would just go away if I ignored it hard enough. As I started dancing with Sam, I saw Chris watching us from afar. I could see pain in his eyes, and it just broke my heart. Didn't want to cause him pain. I really loved him once.
Are you feeling okay, Izzy?
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine. But jeepers, my feet are getting pretty sore. I think I'll go sit down for a little bit. Can I come find you later?
Yeah, okay. Hey, Iz, I'll be here if you need me.
During a lull in the party, I managed to find Chris and pull him aside. It was so hard to look him in the eyes, especially since I started tearing up, but I had to confront him and be crystal clear. I'm so sorry for everything, Chris. I really care about you and would never want to hurt you, but I'm with Sam. He's got my future, and I need to move forward with my life.
I do understand, Izzy. It's been hard to move on from our summer together, but I genuinely want you to be happy. That's really what matters to me.
Both of us were tearing up and came together in a big hug. But over Chris's shoulder, I saw Sam watching us. Yikes!
Is it true? You left me alone so you could go kiss your old boyfriend that you just can't let go of?
No, it's not like that, Sam. I swear, we're just friends.
Yeah, that's what you said, but you've made it pretty obvious that it's way more than that. But Sam, it's true. Izzy loves you. Sure, but not enough to stop loving you.
I knew Sam felt betrayed, and no matter what I did, he wouldn't take what I said seriously. My heart was breaking for both of them, even though I had honestly made my final decision. After the dance ended, I just went home and cried myself to sleep. Stupid me. I practically trashed both the guys I love. A few weeks later, there was a talent show at our school. Time had passed and I was lonely, but not broken. I dutifully helped out with the sets and getting the theater ready for the show. In the show? Ha! No way you'd find me up there in front of all those people in bright lights. Terrifying. While doing last-minute prep, Sam, Chris, and I bumped into each other in the same tiny space behind stage. Yay me! My emotions raged a violent war inside me. A big, angry, wet cat kind of war, with tears, scratches, and heartache. Why couldn't any of us look at each other? Sam avoided looking at me, I avoided looking at Chris, and Chris wasn't looking at either of us. His gaze landed over our heads at the bright lights of the stage. Then, without warning, he dashed onto center stage, snatching a mic from one of the theater techs as he went.
Everyone, you might know me as Chris, the guy who runs the student lounge, but some might know me from some drama at the dance a few weeks ago. And some of you might know me as the guy who was taking Sam's girlfriend away from him. Full transparency, it was greedy of me to spend so much time with the girl who was my first love, but her heart clearly longs for Sam. He is a huge support to the school and the perfect leader. Patient, hardworking, honest, and helpful. And he's definitely the perfect guy for Izzy, the most amazing girl I've ever been gifted to be friends with.
Oh, my sweet frosted cupcake on a stick. I was in shock. I never thought Chris would be brave enough to announce to the whole school his support of Sam and I being a couple. Then, after weeks of silence, Sam spoke to me.
Is Chris right? I mean about all the heart stuff. So, I'm sorry for everything I said to you at the dance. I thought I was losing you and I might have overreacted. It hadn't really occurred to me that you might be struggling. Do you think we could? I'll be exclusively yours if you'll have me.
Of course, Sam. I love you. Yes, I want to be your bae. So, Sam and I are exclusive again. I love him more now than ever before. And, you know, thanks to Chris's riz on stage, I heard there were a lot more girls in the student lounge than before. Be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and tell us in the comments about your favorite bits of this story jumping out of a book.